You boys be quiet down there!
In September 2017, I learned on Falcom's homepage that they were holding a temporary event called Falcom Museum 2017. So I set off to the Marui department store in Shibuya to see what Falcom had to offer. They had signs everywhere saying that it was okay to film, so I thought I'd make a video to share with all of you. At the entrance there was a large cardboard display showing some of the major characters from recent games, and a poster for the Trails of Cold Steel musical signed by the actors. Let's head inside. On the back of the main display, for some reason they had a large poster for Trails of Cold Steel 2, even though 3 was just weeks away from release at the time of filming. At the register they had some character buttons from Falcom Gakuen for sale. Look, there's American box art Adol. Here's some concept art for Trails of Cold Steel. Here are some wall scrolls for Ys 8 and Legend of Heroes 5. That really takes me back to 1999. It's hard not to remember fondly a game where one of the regular party members is a dog with a squirrel on its head. This was probably my favorite thing they had here. These are the actual original paintings which were used for the manual for Ys 3. You can see that these are the exact images which appear here in the manual for the PC 88 version of the game. On the wall they had a timeline showing the games Falcom released over the years. I'm not sure how complete this is. It omits everything prior to 1984, probably because they weren't too proud of the only adult game they ever made, Joshi Daisei Private, from 1983. These are the PC 88 and PC 98 years, which is my personal favorite era. And you can see a few Super Famicom and PC Engine games in the early 90s. They've even included games which Falcom localized for Japan, like the Korean game The Rhapsody of Zephyr. And on this side we start getting into the modern era. It ends with Trails of Cold Steel 3, which, once again, was not yet released at the time. Here we have some unused concept art and characters. It just says Xanadu 2 on it, so it's either from an unreleased Xanadu game or it's scrapped characters for maybe Legend of Xanadu 1 or 2, I would guess. It would have been nice to have some sort of explanation written at the museum so that we know what we are looking at. The only information I could find online is some tweets from people who are just as confused as me. Next we have concept art from Legend of Xanadu 2, or Kaze no Densetsu Xanadu 2, which was released for PC Engine in 1995. And Popful Mail. And Ys 6. And of course, Trails of Cold Steel. This is the kind of thing that gets me excited. These are some of the earliest Falcom games sealed in their original packaging. Some of these are for PC 88, FM7, Sharp MZ, and there's even a PC 6601 game in here. Demon's Ring and Panorama Island are some very old adventure games I'd like to try on my PC 88 someday. And here we've got some Ys manga, and behind those are some laser discs. This box is actually a press kit for Ys 1 and 2 Chronicles for Android and iOS. I have all of these Ys and Dragon Slayer The Legend of Heroes anime laserdiscs at home somewhere. There's a plastic model from the airship Arceyu from Trails in the Sky. And these are actually vinyl music records for Romancia and Xanadu. I really want these old plastic binders. I think they're cool. This Korean Ys artwork is hilarious. Ado looks so deranged, and is that supposed to be Lilia? I can't even tell. My new most wanted item has to be these Ys 4 The Dawn of Ys playing cards. Ys 2 phone card holders? I can feel the history here. And here are some folders with logos and artwork from some of the old Falcom games. I'm actually not sure what this Ys 3 treasure box is. Couldn't find any information about it. This crate that says Tor's Military Academy is pretty cool. It was just sitting here on the floor. I'll bet lots of people didn't even notice it. And here's the Ys slot machine by Sammy. Too bad it isn't turned on. Guess I'll have to go to the pachinko parlor to play this. Some of the international releases of Falcom's games were on display. It's not hard to see that Falcom is very proud that many of their games have been translated and released around the world. This is Ren's Black Rabbit doll that was available for sale last year. And here are some limited edition watches and a 3D laser crystal for Trails in the Sky. Now we're back in my territory. Here's all 4 Brandish games for PC 98. Here are some Falcom games released on Super Famicom and SNES. And here's Legend of Heroes 3 for PC 98 with a limited edition staff. These are some very early games which were released internationally. Falcom Special Box 89 was made up of several 8cm mini CDs. Arr, there's American box art Adol again. And of course, the very first version of Ys 1 for PC 88. Shameless plug, watch my review of this version by clicking the link up in the corner. The artist who draws Falcom Gakuen was here for a meet and greet on one of the earlier days. Looks like he drew Arisa on this refrigerator. And now we get to the items they had for sale. Here are some postcards and what do you know, Falcom popcorn. These buttons proved to be a popular item. I looked through a lot of them myself. Each package contains 3 different random buttons showing the logo and release year of a particular Falcom game. I was really pleased to see some older titles mixed in with the new. Adol and Mishi Post-its. These are folders. clothing patches and wristbands. More folders and stickers. They've got you covered for phone cases, as long as you have the right model iPhone. These limited edition towels and shirts were tempting, but expensive. And of course the CDs. You can't have Falcom goods without CDs. I want the Easy Eternal puzzle. Too bad it's not for sale. And they had a list up here showing which goods had already been sold out. Here we have several comics and novels. If you had a credit card for this department store, you could enter in a drawing and spin one of these Japanese cranks things and maybe win a prize. There was also a JDK band mini concert if you went on a certain day, but I missed out. It's alright, I've seen them before. Here's what I bought. I only spent a little money and got these post-its, free flyers, and some buttons. I generally don't collect a lot of Falcom goods other than the games and the CDs for the games where I really like the soundtrack. I think I got a good mix of buttons for old games plus Trails of Cold Steel 3. I had to have Star Trader and Legend of Heroes 4 and Pop Full Mail. I'm not a huge fan of Romancia or Lord Monarch, but I still like the old Falcom game aesthetic. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this short trip to the Falcom Museum. I'm planning on having lots more Falcom related content on this channel in the near future, so please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.